What the hell happened to your camera, Banana? Shit.
I don't know what happened to my camera.
I don't know. Your camera screwed up. I tell you what.
Where's the hand?
Oh, shit. Hang on.
Hey, what's up, Nerdy John? .to2.
Do me a
How you
favor.
doing? Yeah.
Take the intro while I fix your damn screen right quick.
What is up, guys? Welcome to the Clear as Mud podcast. I'm your host today, Banana Grabber. I'm here with my co-host, Riveter. This is a show where we talk about real world and sometimes drama, YouTube shenanigans. How are we doing today? We're doing just fine, other than the slight technical difficulties that we have today. It's not that big of a deal. Every now and then we have them, and we fix it. It's all good. But today we're going to come at you with the Abba and Preach story. And this story that is one that Riveter showed me last, what was it? When we meet? Wednesday, Thursday?
Wednesday? Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. And apparently this started in July, August.
Well, okay. So, yeah. They started, actually, Abba went on their podcast. Okay, so Abba and Preach are two YouTubers that are up in Canada. They're funny guys. I've been watching them for.
You would say they're comedians.
They're comedians. Yes, they do. They do.
He's a funny guy.
He's
Why
a
am
funny.
I funny?
Yeah.
I don't know. He's just funny.
He's just funny, man. But anyway, they do they have a YouTube channel. It's like a typical commentary. They actually do really good commentary. They cover a lot of different things. They also do some.
They're actually carrying the torch forward where the commentary community left off. Like like Clown and them made videos on like GooseyTube and shit.
Yeah,
these guys are making proper commentary videos and pumping them out.
They also like if you like Leon Lush, to drop another YouTuber that I really like to watch his stuff. They same type things where there's certain things out there that YouTube channels like Jubilee, things like that have these just really garbage videos that they come in and do these big production things over whatever over
We
just
did
like
one on them.
Yeah, and it's just they're just garbage videos really for the most part. But anyway,
it's just the repeat formulaic content of like, three guys, what like one girl, which one is she going to pick?
Yeah, that type of shit. And anyway, so and Abba and Preach do typical commentary type, goofing on them, whatever. It's not mean spirited. It's just lighthearted, just kind of making fun of them a little bit, kind of busting balls, if you will. Yeah, it's roasting. It's all harmless for the most part. Well, in their case, all of it's harmless. But anyway, they had some interaction with this. You know what? Before we get into that, there's something I want to cover first of all before we get into this too much. This news came out today, and it kind of get on the right screen here. God dang it! Your screen's screwed up on this one too.
You know what? It's all good. We can just do my audio today.
I'll get it. Anyway, what happened was the author Anne Frank. I don't know if you guys know who Anne Frank is.
Not Anne Frank.
I'm sorry. What did I say? Anne Frank. Jeez,
Anne
Rice. Anne Rice. I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. What do you want me to say?
No, you're not. You're just doing too much at once. Spin plate.
Okay. Anyway, Anne Rice wrote Interview with the Vampire Lestat, Queen of the Damned, which both Interview with the Vampire and Queen of the Damned was made into movies. I highly recommend Interview with the Vampire. Stay the hell away from Queen of the Damned. Just read the book. It's a horrible movie.
Soundtrack's good though. It's a good soundtrack.
Yeah. But anyway, Anne Rice. God, Jesus Christ. Hang on a second. Let me have another beer here.
Oh no.
Anyway, Anne Rice passed away. She was 80 years old due to complications from a stroke. Her son tweeted this out or whatever. If you like the movie, Nerdy John, read the book. The movie is very good, and it's a very good adaptation of the book. Anne Rice actually was on set during the making of that movie and was kind of a, what would you call it, a publicist or oversaw it or whatever, that type of thing. But Producer, yeah, she was a expert or whatever you want to call it. Will they bring them in, whatever. But anyway, she but the book is better. She had, I don't know, 4 or 5 books that she wrote about those characters that were created in her world. They're not your little sparkly vampires that you got from the whole Twilight bullshit. No. These are real vampires.
What was that chick's name? Stephanie Myers? Is that the one that wrote Twilight?
I don't know what her name was. I'll be honest with you. I didn't. The only reason why I know anything about them was because my kids at the time, were of the age where that was that and damn Harry Potter was a thing. But anyway, she passed away. Very good author.
Were your kids allowed to read Harry Potter? I wasn't.
Yes. I didn't subscribe to that whole, it's of the devil, witchcraft, and all that bullshit. Yeah.
I got I ordered like a book fair like thing, and it came with a little cauldron that made like.
Oh no, like you did not.
A drink potion. Yeah, It was like, it's supposed to be like Kool-Aid or something that you make, and it's supposed to foam up.
Yeah.
My mom threw it away.
Of course, man. It's of the devil.
Yeah.
But anyway, back onto our story today. I just wanted to put that out there a little bit, make people aware of that.
Yes, rest in peace, Anne Rice. Her books are awesome. And Interview with the Vampire is great. Great movie. Brad Pitt.
Yep.
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise and Antonio Banderas, Christian Slater.
Solid cast.
Good.
Kristen Bell or Stewart Bell.
Christina Bell. Yeah. And it has that movie also has awesome soundtrack too. I had to educate Banana a little bit on that one, but
that's because I thought it was the devil. I thought it was an allegory for the devil.
No. I'm talking about the soundtrack, dude. You thought it was actually they used the original Rolling Stones "Sympathy for the Devil," but it was actually Guns N' Roses that Guns N' Roses actually remade for the movie. So
I actually really don't like it the cover then, because I listened to it whenever you were playing it, and I was like,
Well, you're entitled to your opinion. It's wrong, but that's fine. You're entitled to it.
Well, Axl Rose is such a douchebag too. I just
that's fine, but that's still a good song. So,
all right.
Anyway, so Abba and Preach have a YouTube channel. Anyway, like I said, they make commentary videos. It's like 15-minute videos and what have you. So, like I say, if you haven't checked them out and you're looking for some of the maybe old school type commentary, definitely give them a listen to in short order or short format type commentary. It's real good. But anyway, so they are up in Canada. They're comedians. So them being commentators on YouTube kind of, I feel like, go hand in hand, right? Because what is a comedian other than someone who is doing commentary live in front of us?
Commentary.
Yeah, on a stage in front of people and kind of, ripping them a little bit, busting a little bit of balls, that type of stuff, right? So
I mean, if you want to get particular about it, they're not on a stage, but yeah, they're the same. So
no, Abba and Preach are comedians. They actually go on tour and do stand up.
They actually do go on stage.
Yeah.
See, Riveter is a fan of Abba and Preach, and I just recently found out about them. So
yeah, I was negligent. I should have introduced him to him a long time ago. That's my bad.
I think he did, but I never looked into him.
Okay. But anyway, so what happened was Abba was down in the States. He was down in Florida. I don't know if it was on a tour, if he was visiting, or what exactly was going on. But anyway, these guys named Fresh and Fit, who have a YouTube channel as well, invited him to come on. Now, what's interesting about this is that Fresh and Fit, their brand that they put forth on this YouTube channel, is they're kind of I guess you would call it a men's help type YouTube channel. They
men's rights advocates.
Yeah, sure, right. But no, they're
trying to encourage young men.
Well, they have like financial experts that come on and give financial advice. The whole thing is they
financial experts.
No, they're actually legitimate financial experts. Okay, so I'm not going to.
Yeah, but they prop up people like Grant Cardone, and like although he is a successful businessman, in my opinion, which has no reflection on reality, just saying so I don't get sued for slander, I think Grant Cardone is pretty shady motherfucker. So
Okay, well, all right,
I've
fine.
read his book. I read his book, which was the closer's handbook or the closer's guide, and there's some pretty fucked up shit in there about how like he's like these are just the rules you use at the top of the game. Like you can sit down and pray with customers. I'm not a religious. I'm a spiritual person myself. Like he'll say shit like that, and he's like, but I think God wants me to sell you this product. It's stuff like that, and you're like,
Oh,
wow.
okay, all right. So he's one
You're
of
like,
those guys.
wow. Yeah,
Okay,
it's fucking evil. But yeah.
but anyway, they have people come on to give financial advice. They give the whole thing is they want men to be their best versions, and they want them to be financially secure, mentally secure,
Right.
and they want them to be physically secure as well, right?
Yeah, but the point I was trying to tie together just by saying that, and I'll close it really quickly, is saying that a lot of those guys that do the whole self-help and stuff, they invite a lot of shady people into the circle. And I've noticed that with other like channels on YouTube that are like self-help, Charisma on Command. Well, Charisma on Command, I don't think he's had any shade, but like stuff like that. I'm saying stuff in that genre.
Yeah.
I actually like Charisma on Command, so I don't mean to talk shit about him, but anyways, you get what I'm saying? You get the point I'm trying to make?
Sure.
They invite a lot of woo-woo shit.
I'm not, yeah, I don't disagree. They bring some people in there that are, but they may not be above board, or they may even be a little bit shady, as you say, but they get results, right? So
fair.
And you have to understand that kind of still, because their whole thing is my personal opinion is they're teaching men to have what I would label as a very toxic mentality. Now let me expand on that. Let me clarify before we get into this a little bit.
Go ahead.
Okay. There's nothing wrong with making money. There's nothing wrong with being physically fit, and there's nothing wrong with being shown or being exposed to this mentality of, and here's the thing about it. When I really started kind of digging into this stuff, and their whole thing is they want to show, they try to show men that there's these women out there that are attractive. They're beautiful young ladies, but they have this mindset that's the same toxic mindset that they're teaching these men to have, which is that if these guys aren't a certain height, if they don't have a certain amount of money in the bank, if they're not making certain kind of money, if they're not dressing a certain style, or if they're not wearing certain, $10,000 Rolexes and shit, right?
Very superficial, materialistic expectations of their would-be partners.
Yes.
And the type of culture that you're talking about usually culminates around dating apps like Tinder or Bumble.
Correct.
Right?
Correct. Yes. And then the problem is that they're teaching these guys how to identify these women. Okay, fine. That's all well and good. But then they're also sitting there teaching them how they can pull that type of woman as far as their level of, I guess, whatever you call it, beauty or whatever, and these models, these Instagram models, that type of stuff, whatever.
It's all like hedonistic shit.
Yes, it's very hidden, but how not to get played. And in their terminology, and this terminology cracks banana up me saying this, is how to get these women without paying for the box, right? You don't pay for the box.
Yeah. At first, I was like, "What are you talking about? Like shipping? Like,
yeah, exactly.
You're trying to mail a package?"
Back in my day when I was, whatever, it was talking about paying for the pussy, the punani, right?
Soliciting a lady of the night.
Well, no, not even that, right? There was this mindset that if you wanted to get it's not even about prostitution at all. It's about this mindset of how to get women in the bed without having to spend an exorbitant amount of money on them, right? How not to have to buy them jewelry or Prada handbags or that kind of taking them out to $5,000 dinners and shit like that, right? That type of stuff's what I'm talking about. And
damn, I thought Cheesecake Factory was expensive. Fuck me.
yeah, I'll tell you right now. So
I live in a brave new world.
cheesesteak, dude, expensive for me is freaking Sonic, man. So
Sonic.
yeah.
That's
Well,
some nasty food right there.
hey, that's my budget though, dude.
That's your bread and butter.
But no,
No more Arby's. We're moving to Sonic.
but I don't eat any of that stuff anymore. But back in the day, yeah, right. But
Right.
To me, it's just a toxic mentality on both parties, both male and female, and
Well, it's super non-empathetic, meaning that you're the stuff. What my point was in relating to how these people act on this podcast is dating apps like Tinder or Bumble kind of incentivize you to be superficial and non-empathetic, ultra choosy. So like the Darwinian rules of how sexual selection happens, and that's a whole nother topic of discussion that would take hours.
Yeah.
But it magnifies it to an unsettling degree. And so now you have all the women vying for the top 5 to 10% of men that they can't have because they'll only choose a handful of them.
Yeah.
And they're rejecting all the other offers.
Yeah.
Under a delusion.
Yeah. So
and vice versa, by the way, for the men.
Yeah. Right. So anyway,
women do love when you go Dutch, Joey. It really, really is just a great aphrodisiac.
Anyway, we're going to kind of have to rush this a little bit today, guys. I do have to apologize for that. But Banana and I we both got some pressing things we have to get into. But anyway, this is an article. Excuse me. This is an article that it's an op-ed on the AP out there, and we're just talking about Fresh and Fit is the place for men to find advice on relationships, fitness, and finances and fitness rather. And it goes on here to say, this is from 2020, December 30th of 2020. It says, life is not only about preparing and working and fulfilling our goals. Sometimes people are kept from achieving their objectives by people around them. To succeed, people need not just sound business, but also healthy lifestyles and good company. Understanding this, the fact that in many ways, men are at a great disadvantage in the market. Fresh Prince CEO and Myron Gaines created Fresh and Fit through their content on their podcast, TikTok, and Instagram, as well as one-on-one. They teach men about fitness, women, and finances. Anyway, in this article, it goes on to say that, where was it at here? That they have taught thousands of men this philosophy that they have, right? Now, the thing about this is that successfully taught thousands of men this now I don't know who wrote
AP. Oh, you mean like the journalist?
Yeah, I don't know who exactly wrote this or put in this op-ed on this thing. Hell, for all we know, it could have been one of those guys. We don't know, whatever, but it doesn't matter. It's just a very flattering kind of introduction to who they are and what they do, right?
Right. But, and just a quick point on that, and I won't drag it out too long.
Yeah.
The thing I was saying to River earlier is that it's actually, I would argue, and maybe I'm wrong about this, that it's more harmful to men than helpful, because the vast majority of the men that are going to receive that message, it isn't meant for them. It's meant for the like I said, 10% of the ultra successful that will actually be able to capitalize on that kind of, mentality.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, it's a toxic mentality, I think, on both parts, because it sets unrealistic expectations.
Third time's charm.
Yeah. So, but anyway, so kind of getting back to our story in the heart of this and what's going on.
Right.
So, like I say, in April this year, ABBA was down in the Miami area. These guys are in Miami, Florida. Fresh and Fit are, and that's where they have their podcast. And what they'll do is they will bring in these women from the Miami area to come and be on these live podcasts. Okay. Now, so Abba comes on the podcast, and you see Abba. This is Abba here in the kind of in the middle of the screen back here, and they're having a conversation. And what was really kind of intriguing about this whole deal is these women and a lot of their mindsets are the very type of women that Abba and Preach typically kind of dunk on a little bit, if you will, as far as their mindsets and so forth. And anyway, so Abba puts forth this very interesting question. So just kind of listen to what he asks these women.
I want to know your answer. Yeah.
I got
We
so
gotta
many
know your answer.
Would you guys, would you, so you won't settle, right?
No.
Okay. Do you,
Go ahead. Say what you gotta say.
okay. Do you think we're doing a good job with marriage nowadays and dating in general? Do you think people are finding what they want in life?
No.
Okay. And would you agree that in foreign countries, maybe not necessarily wherever you're from, but like in other places, people marry much more and they stay married for much longer compared to how we do it here?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So wouldn't you also potentially agree that maybe the way that we're doing things is a little bit fucked up?
Definitely.
Okay. And so if I
Okay, so that's kind of what he's posing to them is and they agree that in other countries they do. And anyway, the girl goes on to explain that he's talking to there to his left, the girl there in the very light brown outfit. She's from Italy.
Yes. And what I was doing is expounding upon his argument, because we're not going to be able to have time to give Abba's entire argument, but I'm trying to give you context.
Yeah.
Essentially, and the main point is the scope of like we've widened the scope in the dating field way too large. So now you have more view than you should outside of your own little town that you don't live in a major city.
Yeah.
It's that's part of the problem as well.
But anyway, he posed this question. They have this conversation dialogue about and so he was probably a very good fit for their podcast and their type of thing that they do. Well, so everything was fine. The podcast was fine. They had a really good podcast and so forth. Everything was that was in April. Okay. So we fast forward a little bit. And what happened is that Fresh and Fit got exposed. With a lot of these type people who put on this, I'm going to just say they have kind of an arrogance about them, I guess, or error about them. They got exposed. It turned out that Walter Weeks, which is the let me just bring this up here on the screen. You guys can see here. So the guy here on the right. His name is Walter. Oh shoot! I'm sorry. Let me bring that back. Hang on here. That's Walter Weeks. He is.
They have the GTA Vice City font in the bottom left there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But anyway, he was exposed for being, if I remember correctly, I believe he was
allegedly
a member of one of these websites or whatever where you can be, was it like a sugar daddy type thing? Where
it's like AshleyMadison.com.
I don't know about that, but anyway, he was quote,
isn't that what that is?
For the box, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, and then I believe it was the other guy.
Which goes counter narrative to his whole
to their brand. Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy on the left here on the screen, the slender or the slender of the two, his name is Myron Gaines. Myron there. No, it's not his real name. And I'm not,
okay.
I'm not doxing or anything like that. If you go
No,
there,
they're
if you go to
public
their Instagram, this shit is all out there, and they're the whole
They're public figures with their names
their
public.
names are public out there. So anyway,
As opposed to you and me, whose names are not public.
yeah. But anyway, he, I believe, was exposed for selling sex to be on the podcast. And what I mean by that was he was telling women they had to sleep with him to get on the podcast.
Oh, so you got a Harvey Weinstein-esque.
I don't know.
Casting couch.
A casting couch type scenario, whatever.
Okay.
All right. So that stuff came out. And so all these, and some of you got, and here's the thing about it. And this is one of the things that I really thank Diva for, that opened my eyes to some of this, because I didn't know this existed. The black YouTube world went after these guys. There's a lot of black commentators out there that do commentary type stuff, just like Abba and Preach do, right? But anyway, they started making commentary videos on these guys about these exposed videos that were put out, and this information was put out, and they were dunking on them. They were kind of talking shit on them, whatever you want to call it, right? And they really kind of got pelted pretty hard, right? Well, Abba and Preach were no different. They made some videos on them too, but it got a little personal with Abba and Preach.
So it was all above board and kind of just roasting each other, and then
it got
this
personal.
video came out.
Yeah. Okay. So this next video, I'm fixing to show you here. This is where it got personal.
Shit. And you talk shit about my country. Old bitch said that he
Hang
would.
on. Let me back this up. I'm
Jump the
sorry.
gun.
I didn't reset the video. I'm sorry, guys.
We say the
No
facts.
worries.
We give our L's and our W's, right?
Yeah.
So real talk, man. We put out invite. If y'all want to talk shit, come back in the studio. We'll talk about it. Or we could box about it too. Cause I'm in the gym now. You feel me? I'm feeling nice right now. I'm wired right now.
That's why it's a boxer preach, bro.
That's why it's a boxer preach, bro. So you know what?
Yeah.
Come back to Miami.
Yeah.
Let's box it out. Talk it out too. How about that? We're here waiting.
No, but like
Wearing
real talk, man.
diapers
Like
on your head.
Well, no, I mean, but
That's
so
just
anyway,
right.
they're talking about wanting to box Preach. Now, you guys haven't been introduced to Preach. Well, you kind of saw a little blurb of them there for a second, but you're fixed to get introduced to Preach. Abba's very laid back. I'll just say that he's easygoing. He doesn't get bent out of shape. He doesn't get all twisted up or anything like that. He's just real, kind of easygoing guy. Preach, on the other hand, he's easygoing until he's not. And it doesn't take near as much to get him going. And when he gets...
skin.
Well, yeah, but anyway, listen to what Myron says about his wife here.
if we're gonna have this discussion, we're harder than you niggas, straight up, and we work harder than you guys. We put out all different types of content.
Yep.
We ain't just out here reacting. Like, man, look, get the fuck out of here, bro.
Stop.
Yo, we're not.
And later on in the video, you're saying that you want to box with me.
Mm-hmm. That's okay. So that's preach, guys.
Sort of happened that I'm gonna be in the U.S. next week. You want to fucking do this shit? Let's go, both of you. I'll be in U.S. next fucking week.
Hold up.
Let's go. Well,
Now I'm gonna ask you guys a question. Is there any doubt in your mind at all that Preach is serious about beating somebody's ass?
Not mine.
No. This is not a Jake Paul. This is not
You ain't fucking around.
No. And the reason why is because of what these guys, or what Myron said about Preach's wife. By the way, who's not a public figure. To my knowledge, to what I've seen, I can tell you this much. I've been watching their YouTube stuff for almost 2 years. She's never been in any of their videos. I follow them on Instagram. I've never seen her in any of the Instagram stuff. Okay. So she is not, to my knowledge.
To a point, they've kept her out of the public eye.
100%. To my knowledge, she has never, ever been in the public eye whatsoever. Right. Okay.
Right, so that was a really low shot.
Well, yeah, they comment, they call her like, what was it? What is it, the dude? Is it?
Well, does he say it here?
Let's see.
It might be right in the next little clip.
I think it's the next.
We'll put
clip.
gloves on because
Yeah.
not only this, that's why I have a problem. Now you talk shit about my wife.
There you go. Yep.
Yeah.
This nigga preacher's married, probably to a fucking beluga whale somewhere.
Yeah, he calls his wife a beluga whale. Okay. But then it goes even further. Now, one of the things too, I want to get into this too, right? Preach, the bigger of the two, Frab and Preach. He was born in Jamaica. He has moved to Canada with his mom's there, whatever. His wife is there. Abba is from Ethiopia. He has moved to Canada, and they met in Canada. That's where they became friends and acquaintances on the comedy circuit. And this is where these two became friends. And anyway, so they are, I guess you'd call it immigrated Canadians. They're Canadians. But anyway,
I'd probably have citizenship by now.
Yeah, they do. They have citizenship, but I don't know what the proper terminal is. They're not first generation because they weren't born there, but they're immigrants, right? They're citizens. They're Canadian citizens, but they're immigrants. They were not natively born there, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So, which doesn't really have anything. It doesn't really matter one way or the other. But other
just
than
for context.
Just for context. He then goes on to start making fun of where Preach's home country, if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
So let's listen further here.
And y'all niggas talking shit.
And you talk shit about my country. Old bitch said that he was about to send me on a boat to my country, to Haiti. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Haiti. What did I say? Jamaica?
Jamaica.
Okay. I misspoke. It was Haiti. So
cool. Next week, I'll be in the States. I'll drop by your fucking studios. You know where it is? Give me the address. I'll be right there. Don't come unprepared. We'll do it. You want to do this? Let's go. We'll put gloves on. It'll be legal. I know Florida laws. I take one bitch, then I take the other one. Let's go. Let's go.
Yo, nigga.
You want to talk? I'll be there.
Okay, you know what?
I wasn't there last time. I wasn't.
yeah.
But now you want to do this?
You want to set up the boxing match?
Let's go.
Okay, we can set it up.
All right. So here's what happened. So Abba starts reaching out to people down there in Florida to where this could be set up to where it would be a boxing match, an amateur boxing match, right? Where they'd have headgear and what have you and that type of stuff, and they would box. Okay.
Right.
Well, those two clowns, fresh and fit, said, "Oh no! Not unless we could sell. We'll do this whole pay-per-view thing. We'll tickets. We'll make money out of this shit, right?"
Oh, I scummed it. Yeah.
Yeah, and preaches, and they're like, no, bitch. This is a personal thing. This is not YouTube. They made it YouTube issues because what they said on YouTube about his wife and about his homeland, right? His country.
Oh, they were baiting him so they could get money. They get their cash out because that was the goal to begin with.
Well, yeah. I don't know if it was necessarily their goal or their intent to begin with. I think what it was is
speculate.
Okay, you speculate. What I think it was is these guys are not as articulate. They're not as intelligent as Abba and Preach. They're not as quick-witted. And so when these two guys who are comedians, right, this is what they do by trade. They're comedians. So they're all of those things. They're articulate. They're quick-witted. They're highly intelligent, right?
You have to be.
They have to be. They're wordsmiths, right?
So
yeah. So they eat these guys alive. These two clowns, right? They can't. Right. It would be like me getting in the ring with fucking Mike Tyson. Okay, that would be the equivalency of this, right? I'd get my ass stomped, right? All they'd see him in his little greasy spot, and that's basically what was happening. Okay,
it would be a murder. Yeah, I wouldn't.
Oh God, it would be horrible. So anyway, so they say, "Oh, we want to make money. We want to do this. We want to do this. Whatever, what have you," and they said, "No, we're not going to." So they canceled it, right? They wouldn't even.
Because there's no profit incentive, yeah.
There's no profit incentive. So then, when they did that, oh my God, the that world, the for the lack of word, the black YouTube commentary, the black YouTube part of the internet, dude went absolutely bonkers over this shit. I mean, there were videos made right and left. I was watching videos by all these different creators dunking on these guys. I mean, everybody and their brother was dunking on these guys.
Is it really that much of a separate world that it needs the? I mean, I'm asking. I don't know. Like,
So let me ask you a question. How many black commentators, commentary videos, or YouTube channels do you watch?
regularly?
Yeah.
I don't think any. I don't really watch commentary though.
So, but what I'm saying is the internet, YouTube here, right, is just like anywhere else, right? You will have like-minded people that will gather together, right?
Right.
Now, you and I come from a world where we got people like Tommy C, Augie, Nicholas Diorio, Bo Blacks,
Deji commentary? I watched Deji.
No, Deji's not really commentary.
I like Deji.
Maybe he might be back in the day. He might have been done a little commentary, but anyway, but that's kind of where I came from. Right. That's the world. The Turkey Toms, the Clowns, the Leon Luscious, the stuff like that. So I personally that was not something that was in my wheelhouse until I started hanging out with Diva and talking with her, and she started exposing me and showing me. Now, I'll say this. I knew about Abba and Preach before I did Diva. Okay. So I found these guys because they came up on my YouTube feed for whatever reason. Probably because I watched so much damn commentary shit, right? But anyway, and I was like, these guys are great. They're hilarious. And I've been sub to their channel, and I've watched them, religiously. I said for about 1.5 years, 2 years now.
Yeah.
But
I mean, you first told me about them like when we first started the show. So
yeah, and so anyway, and when this stuff started popping off, and I started doing searches on this stuff back in like July, August, and so forth, I started getting more and more. And it tended to be more black commentators, more black type creators that was covering this stuff, right? This type of stuff wasn't being covered by the other circle that I ran in with over here. These other ones that I mentioned, right? The Willie Max, the Turkey Toms, the Nicholas Diorios. Those guys wasn't covering any of this stuff, right? And to me, I thought this is some pretty big stuff. And just like what has happened now, what we're fixing to get into, right? I'm not going to name names or whatever, but I shared this stuff with a lot of people, right, on this story, whatever, hoping that they would pick up and run with it. They haven't yet. I'll just put it that way. I'll just leave it at that. They have not yet.
Oh, one of them's looking into it, right?
One of them is looking. He did say he would look into it. So, and hopefully he does, because this is something I think needs to be brought to attention.
It's a big deal.
It is a big deal.
And we haven't even talked about it yet.
And we ain't even got it. I'm just giving you guys backstory because I feel like probably the vast majority of our viewership may have never even heard any of these names before.
Yeah, put a one that you have if you ever watched Abba Preach. I'm just going to put the survey out there. Or in the comments section.
Or if you've ever heard of Fresh and Fit. Okay, any of the names that we've mentioned so far, if you've heard of any of those guys, put a one in the chat, please.
And that wasn't derogatory, just so don't get twisted. It's just a survey from our audience to see. Obviously, they have like 1 million subscribers or so.
Sure.
It's ridiculous amount. They're very popular and famous. So that's not what I was saying.
No. So anyway, all these people, like I said, all these different channels out there were making videos on these guys.
Right.
Okay. All right. So then this happened.
You know what I'm saying? The haters tried to kill us. Over 30 plus YouTube channels made videos like slandering our name, whatever it is. Now they're mad that there's consequences of actions, bro. Y'all are not going to be able to run around and drag our name in the mud with, falsely without some kind of recourse, bro. Like, that's just not the way the world works.
And just because your reality is ours doesn't mean that we're wrong. Like, we live this lifestyle. This is who we are.
Yeah,
bro.
So, hey, man, you
know what it is, bro? Someone are mad that they can't do what we do. That's what it really is, man.
Yeah, facts. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even want to toot our own horn, but think about it, bro. Monday, we talked to you guys about making money.
Okay.
They didn't even say what they're doing.
Well, they just said there's like over 30 creators out there that had made videos on them, right? So here's what they did. When you...
But what are they talking about?
Okay,
here?
so here's what happens.
Right.
If you guys are YouTubers and we're not there yet, okay, let me just set the record straight. But here's the thing. When you start making content and whatever else, and if people take your content and they use it, right, and they do reactionary videos or they're doing whatever, they're taking exception with something that you say or whatever, when that happens, it'll ID your video stuff. So when you go into your YouTube channel, there's a thing out there that says copyright. And if you click on that, you can see these videos that YouTube has automatically identified as your video or your content that has been used. It's found your content and it's whatever, right?
Using their mysterious AI algorithm. Yes.
Well, it's usually from audio and things like that, right? It matches the audio and so forth.
Spooky computer magic. I'm not a computer nerd.
Yes. Okay. So here's what happens. And so from there, you can click on the video and you can see, all it is a re-upload of what you did. And if that is, all they did was take your entire video, re-upload it. Guess what? That is not fair use. That is, and you can then in turn do a content claim and claim the video, right?
But that's not what they think fair use is. What do they think fair use is, Riveter?
They think that any type of use of their videos is not fair. Okay. Now, so here's what happens. So they start filing all these copyright, and some of these channels were getting like 20 and 30 copyright strikes, right? Well, here's the thing, guys. You only got to have 3, and guess what happens to your channel?
Terminated.
You're gone, right? Now,
automatically, because it's not person reviewed unless you appeal, because
even then it's not always you cannot always get a, because we've had our own battles with this, right?
Yeah.
And I'll say this: we have won every one of them, right? We've gotten the other people to remove their claim because sometimes it's an automatic thing. It's not that they're doing it, whatever. Okay. We won every one of them except for one. The only one that beat us was, what was that little midget's name? The little shit. I've taken piles of shit. Yeah, I've taken piles of shit taller than this little fucker was. Okay.
Hasbullah.
To
be fair, it was his media cube conglomerate.
I don't give a flying fuck.
Yeah.
This little piece of shit claimed, because we used like a minute or whatever it was a real short little excerpt of a press conference that he had, right? Because this upcoming fight that they were going to have.
Abdul Razik. Yeah, enjoy the wheat pennies, asshole.
So anyway,
from the AdSense.
We're not even monetized, for crying out loud.
I know,
so
that's the point.
I filed a counter notice saying, hey, bitch, this is fair fucking use. Go fuck yourself. Not in those words. I was nice about it. But anyway.
Right.
They did. Go ahead.
You know what that means, though, for this video? They're going to see our video pop up on their ID claim.
I don't give a shit. I'm going to tell you why I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Okay. But we'll get into that. But then they turn around and filed a takedown notice for like a 30-second clip or whatever the hell it was. And we fought whatever, and they basically was going to do a complete. We were going to get a strike on our channel, which means we weren't going to be able to stream for like, I don't know what it was, 7 or 10 days or whatever it was, 14 days. Which that's what we do here. We stream. We don't really necessarily upload videos. We have. But typically, we like to do live conscious thought, streams. That's what we do.
Right.
So we couldn't do that. That would just totally screw us. So anyway, we just cut that section out of the video and told them to go fuck themselves and have a nice day. The little piece of shit.
Yeah.
But anyway, so these guys file these takedown notices. Now, when they do this, Abba gets on, makes a video on YouTube, and he's telling them, say, guys, you don't want to do this, and
It's a DMCA copyright claim, right?
Yeah, because I don't know if it was DMCA, but it was just a copyright claim. A copyright
No, either way,
strike.
it's a legal document, correct?
Yes, it is. It is a legal filing under FCC guidelines, right?
Okay.
This is federal shit. This is not just,
But Abba gets on air and is like, "Hey,
Abba makes a video and he tells us, guys, you won't do this. This is fair use, and people have lost their channels because of this stuff, and we don't want to see you knocked off because it would cut out a big source of our income because we like to make videos on you and shit, right?
right."
But anyway, they didn't listen. And then they turned around and they filed 20 copyright strikes against Abba and Preach. 20 of them. Wow. So Abba, because Preach is out on the road. He's out on a tour right now, right? So anyway, Abba puts out this video here, and there's some important little things I want you guys to listen to. And it's great.
So yeah, I'm sure you saw everything that happened.
No, I didn't see what happened.
Okay, and just for clarification, he is talking to Preach on a cell phone. And so that's he's got him on speakerphone. That's what you're hearing here.
Oh yeah, the video came out. So if you weren't aware, I know you're on tour. They sent us a bunch of copyright strikes. 20 of them.
20 strikes?
20 strikes, bro.
But they're going down. They're stupid.
YouTube contacted me and the copyright takedown notice. Hello, Abba and Preach. We've received the copyright infringement notifications below regarding your videos. We believe your content is protected by fair use, fair dealing, or similar exceptions to copyright protection. We are writing to let you know we do not, I repeat, we do not plan to remove your videos at this time. Do you want to hear more?
Now, here's what I find interesting. And maybe this is because Abba and Preach have 1.57 million subscribers. I don't know. We don't get that type of damn. We just get a thing that says, hey, this has been a claim made against you. Please respond.
We also don't have any subscribers whatsoever.
That's what I'm saying. They got 1.57 million. We've got 76.
Right.
We were at 77. We lost one. And by the way, guys, if you haven't subbed, please do so. I am making it a personal mission to try to get the channel to 100 subs before the end of the year. I know we're running out of time, but if you haven't subbed to the channel, I would very much, Banana and I would very much appreciate you subbing to our channel.
Very much so.
We've been here for over a year now. So hopefully our content is entertaining, and more importantly, we hope that it's informative. We hope that we make you guys aware of some things, maybe give you guys some unique views or unique approaches to things that maybe, I don't say you have to agree with everything we say. And by all means, hey, we have, we'll, our chats or our Discord's open. You can call in. We'll have conversations with you. That's a thing we do. So, but anyway, so they get this thing saying, hey, they got this filed against you, whatever. And, we're not going to take you down or whatever. So anyway, I'm going to step to this next little part here. So whoever is representing Fresh and Fit. God, I'm going to need some more beer. Fresh and Fit, whoever responds, right? And so here's what the representative, I don't know if it's a lawyer or not. Abba refers to him as a lawyer, but whatever.
Reply, hi, lawyer. We are concerned that some of the information in your takedown request may be fraudulent. Please understand that YouTube receives a large number of fraudulent copyright takedown requests, and we take that abuse of that process very seriously, and then they cite a court case where they fuck somebody up for doing it.
Okay. So let me just do this here right quick. We'll come back to the video. What YouTube is referencing here was a little case by the name of YouTube versus Christopher L. Brady. Okay, they were the defendant, and what was happening was Christopher and his business partners, whatever it was, were filing false copy strikes against channels trying to. It was a money grab, is what it was. Okay, and so here's the actual ruling and stuff, right?
AdSense honeypot, just trying to get as much as possible.
They were illegally claiming videos, and back in the day, back before YouTube made changes, what happened was if someone filed a claim, the money immediately started going to their AdSense account, where they made a change where once someone files a claim, what happens? Any monies that are garnered from that video is held into a neutral account, if you will, whatever, until it's resolved. And then once it's resolved, that money is released to whoever is the purveyor of that situation. But anyway, here's the order. Again, all these videos, guys, all the links, everything we use today will be put in the VODs. You go read these at your leisure. You can watch the full videos. I highly encourage you to go watch Abba and Preach. Maybe not so much Fresh and Fit unless you just like laughing at people, but whatever. That's your, but this was a case back in 2000. Content. Yeah, this was back in 2019. And basically the court system, the judge ruled in the favor of YouTube, and basically Christopher Brady and other persons who are in active cohort or participation with him are permanently enjoined from directly or indirectly submitting any notices of alleged copyright infringement to YouTube that misrepresents the material hosted on YouTube services is infringing copyrights held or claimed to be held by Brady or anyone Brady claims to represent, and misrepresenting or masking their identities in future interactions on or with services. Okay, so basically what happened is YouTube took them to court and they lost their shit. Okay. Bradley and them, whatever, lost the ability to file claims. They lost their YouTube channel. They lost everything. And I'm sure there might be even more to it. I don't know.
Then they say, we remind you to take this seriously and make sure you get it done. If we don't receive a detailed explanation from you within 7...
Oh, hang on. I didn't bring it back up on channel, guys. Hang on. I apologize. Here we go.
Please understand that YouTube receives a large number of fraudulent copyright takedown requests, and we take that abuse of that process very seriously. And then they cite a court case where they fuck somebody up for doing it. Then they say, we remind you to take this seriously and make sure you get it done. If we don't receive a detailed explanation from you within 7 days, your YouTube account may be terminated. You may be able to avoid termination if you retract your takedown request. You also have to know that if you abuse the system and YouTube finds out, you can get your channel terminated. Folks, but if you go down this road, I'm letting you know, it's often your end that's going to be hit the hardest.
Yeah. So
they're doing a fucking celebration dance too. Yeah.
Yeah.
And well warranted, by the way.
Well, you know, the thing about it is, you know, Abba was clear about it. He said, I don't want their channel taken down because I like making videos on them. They're easy. They're an easy, you know, source of content. So, but, you know, YouTube basically says you got 7 days to take these claims down. And not only that, but you have to, they're now saying you're going to have to give us, you're going to produce evidence to show us these claims. Because basically now they are looking into terminating that account. So anyway, we will continue to watch this. We will continue to watch this deal. And oh, there's one other thing that I wanted to show. Where's it at here? Was it this one here? I think this was it. Let's see. Let me bring this up here. And this is what makes it so damn hypocritical and shit. Hang on here. Yeah, let me go right here. Okay, so let's go back to there. This is the same video, or this is a little bit later on in the video, after they've already made this comment about how there's all these commentators out there making all these videos, shitting on them, and using their content and whatever else, right? That's the statement that they made, talking about how they're going to get in their back pockets, that they were going to whatever, right? So this is in the same video. This is in the same exact video. Watch this.
Just fix the mask for me.
I know, fix the mask.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
Oh, hang on here.
They got it upside down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just shift it.
Okay, hang on. Whatever.
But still, man, the guys got to do this crazy shit to get their goddamn name changed, man.
Hey, anything for
Yeah.
the females, right?
Yeah.
Nah, that shit crazy. All right.
All right.
So
Your Honor, my name is hurting my game.
my point is what I was going to show here is they actually show YouTube videos on their podcast to these women and have these women react to it. And what it is it's guys that are recording them going up and hitting on women using their pickup lines and stuff like that, right? And that's fine. That's fine for them to do that, to use other people's content. That's okay. They can do that. And they can comment on it, and they can make, whatever it is that they want to do, whatever, laugh at them or whatever, that type of, do commentary, right? And that's okay for them to do that. But it's not okay for people to take excerpts of their shows, comment on it, talk about it. To them, that's illegal. That's against the law. That's whatever.
Yeah, fair use is bendable whenever it suits their interest. So.
Exactly. So anyway, bottom line is that Fresh, Aubin and Preach they're going to be fine, obviously. But it would be a little bit alarming because here's the thing, though, right? A lot of these channels, like I said, there was like 30 channels that they said that did this, and Aubin Preach made some videos. And if you go out there and you actually do some searching, if you do some searching on YouTube, you'll find these other channels that these guys filed the claim against, right? These copy strikes against. And some of these guys they're not like me and sub channels or anything like that. They're anywhere from a few hundred to several thousands and so on and so forth, right?
Right.
And here's the thing, Abba and Preach have an account liaison with Target or with YouTube, right? So they have someone they can talk to, but these smaller channels and stuff, they don't have a direct contact to YouTube that they can interact with. We don't have a direct contact with YouTube. So
that's why Aubin Preach is putting out the signal.
Exactly. They're signal boosting this, they're whatever. And, I probably would say that, and I think this is a safe thing to say, that Abba, when he was talking to his rep at YouTube, because he said in the video, he talked to his rep at YouTube about this. I'm sure that he let them know about these other claims that these guys have filed against these other channels as well, right? And so right. I'm sure because they have the ability to do that kind of boost signal within YouTube, whatever, that they'll go out and look at these other claims. And here's the thing: if this was just a flagrant, attempt to try to take down these other channels, you get what you get. What do you want me to say, right? I mean, I don't necessarily, you don't ever want to see anybody lose their channel, whatever, but damn, if you're going to be stupid about stuff, that's what, then, hey, you get what you get, right?
Yeah.
Especially on a mass scale like these guys did, right?
Exactly.
I mean, they basically, anybody who had went out and did a video on them and using their content, they went and filed claims against them. That's basically what happened. That's what they said they were going to do. They said there was over 30 of them that had made videos on them, and boom, they flagged them. So,
yeah. Also, just letting you know, it is 5:00.
It is 5:00. We're going to wrap this up today. Listen, guys, remember, we would mucho appreciate you liking or subbing to the channel, liking our videos, of course. Always share our channel with your friends and family, other people maybe that likes this type of content, the long format type streaming.
Yeah, sorry we cut it short today, guys.
Yeah,
but we both got plans.
But it's that time of year, right, where it's the holiday season and it's always something going on, right? Now we will be here next weekend. That is our plan. We will be here next weekend, which will be the 19th. We will not be here the next weekend, which will be the 26th, because
Thanks, Joey.
That's Christmas weekend. Yes. So that's Christmas weekend. We don't want to do a podcast. We want just focus on our families. We want you to focus on your families,
Yeah,
your
go
loved
spend time
ones.
with loved ones and stay off your phones. Just turn your phone off and actually talk with your relatives.
Yeah, put them down and
Yeah,
actually
that's what I'm gonna do. I'm saying that in the mirror, by the way. Don't want mean to be preachy at all. Like I'm doing the same thing. So
yeah.
it's just you can kind of forget and like not be mindful and disassociate away from experiencing time with your loved ones.
And let me just say this to you too. If any of you guys are fortunate enough, if you're still young enough to have grandparents that are alive, spend some time with them. If your mom and dads are still alive, spend some time with them.
Yeah, and what is going to kill you to turn your phone off for an hour? I mean, gonna die.
Just last night.
Listen to your grandma or grandpa tell that story they told you a million times.
Yeah. Just last night I went to the visitation of buddy I graduated high school with. His dad passed away suddenly, and so you never know when it's going to when someone can be taken out of your life and you will never be able to have a conversation with them, or maybe make amends with them about something. Maybe there's a little bit of bad blood between you, whatever. Maybe you need to try to maybe patch that fence if possible. And I understand. I don't want to get all preachy or nothing, but sometimes it's impossible. Maybe sometimes maybe that person's just too big of a shithead and there's just no way. And I get that. I 100% get that. And I'm not. And I don't know everybody's situations or anything like that. But if it's possible, maybe try to.
And also everything we're saying too, we say into a mirror. Literally,
100%,
we're staring at our own faces,
100%.
The same applies for us. So
this, I don't have, all of my grandparents are passed. My dad is passed. I'm still blessed to have my mom with me, and I spend as much time as I can with her because I know every day that I have with her is a day that I was not promised to have. And so I enjoy that. That's why I have to get off of here so I can go have dinner with her tonight.
Yep. I gotta be out that door 2 minutes ago.
Yeah. So anyway, listen, guys, take care, keep your powder dry, and look for us in the Sunday paper. And we're out of here.